G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matt, and today we're going to look at upgrading, overhauling the entire brake system for the MK4 Golf GTI. I'll start with the rears, because the rears are really, it's a weird one in the Golf, and especially the MK4 platform. Doesn't matter what car you get up to, whether it's an R32 or an Audi S3 TT, the rear brakes are always just really tiny. Yeah, it's a it's a light car. It's front, I guess it's mainly pulling power from the front and braking from the front. But doesn't mean you have to have small brakes at the rears, So I've done a bit of research, and I'm now going to try and upgrade the rears to something a bit more decent. So originally the Golf came with really skinny, solid rear discs that are no larger than 232 millimeters. So just, yeah, you couldn't even see the rear disc on the car if you had anything like a 17 or 18 inch wheel. It was just like tiny. Then you had an option to upgrade it to 256 millimeters, and that's vented, so slightly thicker, so 22 millimeters wide, vented, better performance in the rears, and those were available on pretty much every other car besides the stock Golf 1.6, 2 litre, even the GTI came with those small little 232 millimeter solid discs. But I'm here today, and I have found that there is a way to put a 280 millimeter, which is very similar to the OEM front discs of the GTI. Those OEM sizes are 288, so it's about 8 millimeter difference there, but you're able to fit it on the rears. And these have come from a MK4 Golf, just a standard Golf 2.0 or 1.6. They come with a 280 millimeter disc rotor, 22 millimeter thickness, so it's the exact same thickness as what we need in the rear. This only works if you've upgraded your car to a, so you can only run these rotors or these discs if you've upgraded your car rear brake system to accommodate the 256 rear brakes from the Audi S3 or TT 225, V6, Bora V5 Bora as well. We'll have this. It's all about the thickness, so you need the 22 millimeter thickness calipers. The original Golf calipers won't do. It's not thick enough. You'll end up having to, remove some of the brakes off the pads and grinding down the discs and all that stuff. It's just, it's not worth it. Upgrade the rear calipers to 256, then you're able to fit these. This only works, again, only for the front wheel drive guys. The four wheel drive, all wheel drive guys, I don't know what the deal is. I haven't done research on it because I don't have an all wheel drive car, so it doesn't bother me. But it works if you've got front wheel drive, the 256 22 millimeter disc at the rears already, that you've upgraded to, and you're able to support the 280 millimeter. So with that said, enough talking. Let's get onto it. I'll jack up first I'll crack open the nuts for the wheels. I won't do all that stuff on camera. It's boring. I'll get the car jacked up, wheels off, ready to go, and then I'll explain, because this is all new to me anyway, so I'll explain what I'm doing, and if I've cocked anything up, then you can come along for the ride as well. Alright guys, so I've got the wheel off, I got the spacers off as well, and I'm about to take the rear caliper off, and you're going to need a spanner, and I believe that's a 19 millimeter. So I'm gonna go get the spanner now, and hopefully it's not too bad. pause this bit. Right, so I'm going to take off the calipers. I'm just going to use a vice grip for the retaining nut, because I don't have alright, and that's off. Let's try and get this. That's the nut there. Let's try and get this off now. Righto, so I've got the caliper off with a bit of a knock, and now I'm going to just set this bad boy down. I'm going to get the caliper carriers off. Now I've got spacers at the back because I don't know if you can see that, but I've got upgraded rear rotors to 256 and was it 22mm thickness vented rears. So I've got an upgraded system here, spacers and longer bolts. So I'm going to take them off right now. Yep, there you go. So someone suggested to use a I'm just going to break it off. There we go. Someone suggested to use a camera stand. Exactly. What I'm going to do now. So there's spacer on both sides. Right, that's the spacer. I'm sure I'm going to need them again to make this work. Right, let's go ahead and get this rotor off. That rotor. This rotor is still in good nick. So, what we are proposing is upgrading from this to this. And as you can see, the thickness is the same. It's 22mm, like that as well, but it's just bigger. There you go. So, and the system, what I need to get this working is I've got some adaptors, adapter plates, some these are the new brake pads, so I'll make that and that. Right, but essentially we're going to mount the adapter plates like so. I actually don't know how I'm going to mount it, but I think it needs to be mounted like that. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest, but I'll try and figure it out now and get it mounted on. So there's two sides, left and a right. I've got to figure out which one fits. The idea is to space the caliper out using bigger just to widen it out so that you can clamp on the far side of the rotor. Alright, so this is going to be spaced out. It's going to give it more room to come out, clamp on. So as you can see, that's what I have to do now. I'm going to, what else do I need? I'm going to take these out now, so don't mind me. Alrighty guys, so like I said, come along for the journey. I've had to cut the dust shield down a little bit because this whole area here, down here, we're going to need to use to essentially mount the brake system. So all that there will definitely be used. So I've cut it down. I've not done anything neat to it, but just enough to get this mounting point on. So what this is going to do is extend it by that much, and instead of it mounting to the side there, it's going to mount down. So I'm going to try and get that mounted on like that, and then the the calipers will mount down there. So pop this down. Alright, so let's try and mock this one up. So it's probably going to be like that, and this is going to be something like that, maybe up. Alrighty guys, so I've got safety stuff on, so make sure you've got your safety glasses, gloves, all the rest of it before you use an angle grinder, because I've got a friend that used to do fencing stuff actually, and he slipped and cut his lip with it. Very, very disturbing. So had to go to hospital and all that jazz. So not fun. Wasn't a fun time for him or his family. So yeah, safety first. Make sure you've got that sorted. So is this a 13? Doesn't appear to be so. I wonder if it's a 15. Oh, it is a 15. Okay. So. Nope, 16 by the looks of it. So, nope. Tighten that up. That way the brake's going loose. And, alright. Alright, so that's that. Let's try and mount. I wonder if I need... It's going to mount like that, is it? That'll be interesting. If it does. I wonder if I need spacers on these still. I'll mount... I'm going to still mount the one spacer. Let's see how we go with fitment. Alright, I'll do that. Actually, it's not letting me, so let's just remove that off. Let's see if I can just get this mounted up. Like that. Right, so what do I need? Nope. Oh, I think I do. Let's see how I go without spacers. Okay. Righto, so that's how that sits. And previously I had to use, for the 256 rear brake system upgrade from the normal stock GTI, I had to use a 6mm spacer or thereabouts to space the carriers out so it doesn't hit. But with this kit you don't need the spacers, it spaces it for you already. That's perfect. So this is only for the front wheel drive rear guys, because the four wheel drive dudes, all-wheel drive dudes, have a completely slightly different system at the back. You've got the you know, hull decks with all the all-wheel drive stuff at the back. So I don't know if this will work for you, but certainly looks like it's mounting up fine. So far the only thing I've had to do really is cut the dust shield. So nothing else really to it so far, so I'll give this a quick clean and continue on. Alright guys, so I'm using a wind back tool. I'm trying to wind back the calipers as far as I can because I'm going to use new pads with these new discs, and normally it's not that easy, so luckily for me this stuff looks pretty newish. Alright, so that's all the way back in. So really easy to use this tool. You got the adapter, VW, rears, goes on top. You've got this tool here, and you've got the plate that pushes the brake caliper. Goes in like that, and it goes in like that. And you just got to figure out which side to use the tool, because there's two of these for clockwise and anti-clockwise compression. But yeah, really handy tool. This is for the other side. Alrighty, so just make sure that the carrier is right. Make sure you always lube the pins. Just take them out and lube them back in. And right, that's the pins. I'm going to go ahead and lithium grease this bad boy. Right. Perfect. Right, new brakes, Brembo brakes. and this is a spare. Alright, nothing special here. Just pop them on like that.
Alrighty guys, so that's it. That is it for the rear brake upgrade. I'll pop my spacer back on again, and that's how it's meant to look. How is that? Very good, I might add. So that's how you do it. Bit of a recap. I'll zoom in a bit. So recap here. We're using the same caliper. As you can see, it's spaced the caliper out slightly. It won't use the full disc, but it will use the space that it's got around it, and it's towards the outer part of the brake. And yeah, you just got to snug everything down. And yeah, it actually fits nicely. So what I might do as a completely different video is the what's it called, the braided brake lines. Even though these are they seem like they're good quality already, but you know, I've got some braided brake lines anyway. I'll do a separate video for the front, but this is a completely complete upgrade on its own. It's a 280mm rears. It's using the same caliper. You do need, I think you need 16s at the very minimum to run these, or maybe even 17s. I'm thinking. But yeah, it's completely tight. Yeah, so I'll get the wheel on now and show you what it looks like with before and after photo. Alright, so I'll go around the other side. I won't show you how to do this side. I'll do one only, but this is how it looks. Zoom out. Can't even see the discs. They're in there somewhere. But that's 256. Yeah. pop the wheels back on now and show you what it looks like. Alrighty guys, that's the rears done. So 288mm at the rears, looking very, very spot on. I wouldn't mind it a bit bigger, maybe get it up to 312s if there's any available options, but that's the best we can get right now. 280 rear rotors from the MK4 Golf, standard 2.0 or 1.6. I think they should have come like this from the factory. That's the 334mm fronts, perfect for the 18s. These are still looking a bit tiny, but you know what, it's actually better, and you can actually see the rear rotors now as well. And a bonus, there's the calipers sticking out now at the back there, hanging low, so it's got some decent, bit more beefier on that side. So I'll quickly do the other side now. I won't show you the same process again and again, but I'll just cut over to when this is done. So, oh, bit of a job, but it's finally done. Wanted to show you guys the end result on the ground, and that's it. So 288mm MK4 Golf rotors, spaced out at the rear, and you can see that the positioning changes a little bit, so that's not a problem either. Going down, I quite like the look of that. Looks tough. Yep. And see how she performs. Probably not going to notice too much, but the brake fade will be a lot less, being that it is vented and slightly bigger radius. So yeah, show what it looks like. Alrighty guys, and that is what it looks like now. Now it matches. I'd even want, you know, 312 at the rears, I reckon. Would be perfect for this one. But you know what? This is better than before. Love it. That is the end of our video. And if you like the video so far, make sure you hit the like button. If you like all the content that I have been creating, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, try and get to 1,000 at the very least. Meet the, you know, the minimum for YouTube, and yeah, let us know. But otherwise, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.